Welcome back to Epic Ranking. Today, we're diving into the 15 greatest multiplayer games you can play right now. From laughing until your sides hurt to planning that perfect heist with your friends, these games are the reason we lose track of time and occasionally our sanity. So grab your friends, your controllers, and your best trash talk lines. Let's get started. Who knew betrayal could be so much fun? Among Us took over the world in 2020, turning friendship into a full-blown murder mystery. The concept is simple. Do your tasks, or if you're the imposter, pretend to do them while accidentally eliminating anyone who might be onto you. What makes Among Us special is how ridiculous and over-the-top the accusations get. You'll find yourself trying to convince your friends that you're innocent while standing next to a body. What? I'm not the killer, I was, fixing wires? And let's be honest, everyone has learned to avoid electrical. It's basically a death sentence. It's a game where you can go from being the most trustworthy crewmate to a backstabbing liar in a matter of minutes. And everyone thinks they're Sherlock Holmes, even though half the time they're just guessing. The meme culture that came from Among Us is iconic. Sus became the word of the year, and to this day, people are still throwing sus around even when they're just talking about something a bit sketchy. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, and it's guaranteed to test your friendships in the best way. Imagine a game show where all the contestants are jelly beans with a vendetta against gravity and each other. That's Fall Guys. You start with 60 players, all bouncing, tripping, and desperately trying to stay upright through absurd obstacle courses. It's like Wipeout, but instead of cheering you on, your friends are secretly hoping you fall so they can take the crown. 1 minute you're in the lead, feeling invincible as you bounce over obstacles, and the next you're getting smacked by a giant spinning beam, flying off the course with a flailing little bean scream. And those dreaded seesaw levels? There's no better test of patience than watching 20 players collectively misunderstand how balance works. The charm of Fall Guys lies in its chaos, whether it's losing the crown in the final round by mistiming a jump or getting grabbed at the last second by someone desperate to stop you. It's impossible not to laugh, even when you're the one tumbling helplessly off the map. Battle Royale games are everywhere, but Apex Legends took the genre and elevated it with unique heroes, fast movement, and the kind of ping system that every other game copied afterward. Whether you're zipping through the air with Pathfinder, healing up your squad as Lifeline, or dropping smoke to escape with Bangalore, Apex is all about blending strategy with intense action. Sliding down hills never gets old, and the characters bring so much personality. Mirage is always there to make you laugh, even if half the time you're too busy being shot at to appreciate it. And let's not forget that Apex is set in the same universe as Titanfall. So even though we don't get giant mechs, the fast-paced wall-jumping action keeps that legacy alive. Every game feels different, and the moments where you miraculously clutch a win for your squad after being revived are the stuff of legends. It's unpredictable, it's fast, and there's nothing like hearing your teammates scream in excitement as you pull off that last-second victory. There's a reason Mario Kart is notorious for ending friendships. You could be in first place, smoothly drifting around corners and feeling untouchable, until you hear that dreaded blue shell. There's nothing quite like seeing that blue shell indicator pop up just before you cross the finish line. It's enough to make even the calmest players rage, but that's part of the magic of Mario Kart. It's colorful, vibrant, and equal parts skill and pure chaos. The tracks are iconic, whether it's the dazzling lights of Rainbow Road or the unpredictable twists of Bowser's Castle. And there's something about dropping a perfectly placed banana peel or throwing that red shell that makes it all worthwhile. Remember that time someone dodged a blue shell using a mushroom boost? It's those once-in-a-lifetime moments that keep everyone coming back for one more race. It's always a test of luck, skill, and how well you can hold in your frustration. especially when your younger sibling snags first place right at the last second. Take soccer, replace the players with rocket-powered cars, and you've got Rocket League. It's a simple concept, but one of the most satisfying multiplayer experiences out there. Scoring a goal with an aerial flip is one of the best feelings in gaming, even if you accidentally smash into your teammate right after. The physics make every moment unpredictable, whether you're pulling off an incredible save or just missing the ball entirely. And let's talk about the community. No matter what happens, someone's ready with a sarcastic, "What a save!" It's the kind of game that makes you laugh at your failures just as much as you celebrate your victories. Originally, Rocket League started as a sequel to supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars, but thankfully, they shortened the name and perfected the concept. Now it's become a staple of multiplayer gaming, with matches that are as exhilarating as they are hilarious. Have you ever wanted to live the pirate life, complete with treasure hunting, ship battles, and possibly being eaten by sharks? Sea of Thieves makes that dream a reality. You gather your crew, set sail, and either make new friends or steal their loot. Because what's piracy without a little betrayal? The beauty of Sea of Thieves is in the unpredictability. 1 minute, you're peacefully sailing along, and the next, a kraken shows up to ruin your day. Or maybe you're digging up treasure, only for a rival crew to sneak up and ambush you. And let's not forget the time 20 crews gathered for an epic sea battle. It was chaos at its finest. Alliances were made and broken, and it was one of the most iconic moments in Sea of Thieves history. Whether it's battling ghost ships or playing shanties as your ship sinks into the depths, it's the kind of game that creates memories worth sharing. Warzone took the classic Call of Duty formula, fast-paced gunplay, fluid movement, and high stakes, and put it into a battle royale format. The thrill of dropping into Verdansk, scavenging for gear, and fighting your way through a shrinking map is unparalleled. The real magic of Warzone lies in those only in Warzone moments, like accidentally crashing a helicopter into a tree while trying to save your squad, or getting absolutely obliterated by an airstrike someone called in from miles away. There's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush of being the last one standing, especially after a tense gulag fight. And did you know Verdansk was modeled after real locations in Eastern Europe? That attention to detail is part of what makes Warzone so immersive. The intense firefights, the teamwork, and the chaos. It's all part of why Warzone is one of the most engaging multiplayer shooters out there. Overcooked 2 is a fast-paced cooperative cooking game where chaos reigns supreme. You and your friends take on the role of chefs, trying to complete increasingly complicated and ridiculous orders. But here's the catch. You'll be cooking in kitchens that are anything but normal. From moving trucks to haunted houses, you'll be racing against the clock, chopping ingredients, boiling soup, and serving up dishes while avoiding all kinds of environmental hazards. What makes Overcooked 2 such a standout multiplayer game is how quickly it turns from organized teamwork to complete chaos. 1 minute, everyone's got their assigned roles, and the next, someone's on fire. The kitchen's moving, and suddenly the dishwasher is falling into a river. It's the kind of game where you laugh at your failures just as much as you celebrate your victories. And the best part? Even when you're losing, it's hilariously fun. Whether you're playing with friends locally or online, Overcooked 2 is the kind of game that guarantees laughter, stress, and that satisfying moment when you finally deliver a perfect order, if you can survive the kitchen long enough. Valorant is CS meets hero shooter, and Riot Games nailed the formula. It's tactical, it's tense, and every round can swing in a matter of seconds. You've got precise gunplay, tactical positioning, and unique agent abilities that can change the game entirely. One moment you're holding an angle, and the next you're being blinded by Phoenix's flash or trapped by a Sage wall. The clutch moments are what make Valorant shine. When you're the last one alive, it's all up to you, And pulling off that impossible win is pure magic. It's also a game where missing an easy shot means your teammates are probably shaking their heads behind their screens. Every match is a mix of highs and lows, and it's those intense, heart-pounding moments that keep players coming back for more. There's no game that sparks creativity quite like Minecraft. Whether you're building a sprawling castle, exploring deep caves, or just trying to survive the night against endless waves of zombies, Minecraft is a sandbox where the only limit is your imagination. And when you add friends to the mix, it becomes even better. The best part of Minecraft multiplayer is the shenanigans. You could be working on a beautiful village one moment, only for someone to decide it's time for some friendly TNT experimentation. The freedom to create anything, whether it's a simple house or an underwater city, is what makes Minecraft so special. And let's not forget those epic Ender Dragon fights. There's always that one friend who falls into the void because they weren't paying attention. It's all part of the fun. If chaos had a name, it would be Grand Theft Auto Online. Imagine GTA 5, but with 1,000 times more mayhem. Heists, car chases, biker gangs, flying cars, and whatever else you can think of. Want to rob a bank with your friends? Go for it. Want to have a race across the city in tanks? Sure thing. GTA Online is like a playground, except the swings are made of explosions. Heists are where GTA Online truly shines. You plan, you execute, and then you watch as everything inevitably falls apart when someone accidentally shoots a guard too early. But when it all comes together, it's one of the most satisfying experiences out there. And if crime isn't your thing, you can always spend your cash on a penthouse suite or an alien ray gun, because why not? The freedom, the chaos, and the stories you create are what make GTA Online unforgettable. Love it or hate it, Fortnite changed the game, literally. Epic Games keeps Fortnite fresh with constant updates, new events, and collaborations that keep everyone guessing. One day you're fighting as Thor, the next you're doing an in-game concert as Travis Scott. The building mechanic adds a twist that sets Fortnite apart. Suddenly, a simple shootout turns into a race to see who can build a skyscraper faster. Watching two players build towers around each other during a firefight is both impressive and absurd. And then there's the unforgettable live events, like the time the whole map got sucked into a black hole, leaving players staring at nothing for hours. It's a game that knows how to keep things interesting, even if you've never managed to snag that elusive victory royale. Overwatch 2 takes everything we loved about the original: teamwork, hero abilities, and chaotic battles, and adds even more to the mix. It's a team-based shooter that requires actual coordination, which means sometimes you'll be the hero pulling off the perfect ultimate combo, and sometimes you'll be the healer screaming at your DPS to stand on the objective. The best moments in Overwatch 2 come from those times when your team is working perfectly together, stacking ults, pushing through choke points, and outplaying the enemy in the most satisfying way. Of course, not every game is a success. Sometimes your tank decides it's time to flank alone while the rest of you watch in horror. But that's all part of the fun. Overwatch 2 is as much about the highs as it is about the chaotic messes, and that's why it's so great. CS is the definition of easy to learn, hard to master. The gameplay is simple: 2 teams, 1 bomb, and a whole lot of headshots. But the depth of strategy is what keeps players hooked. Every match is a dance between careful planning, precise aim, and the ability to adapt when everything inevitably goes sideways. The clutch plays are what CS is all about. Those moments when you're the last one standing and it's up to you to save the day. The tension is palpable, and when you pull off the impossible, there's no feeling quite like it. Sure, sometimes you whiff an easy shot and your teammates let out a collective sigh, but that's just part of the CS experience. It's a game that rewards practice, patience, and the ability to keep calm under pressure. And that's why it's still one of the greatest multiplayer games out there. Rainbow Six Siege is at the top of the list for a reason. It's the ultimate tactical multiplayer experience. Every match is a mix of strategy, teamwork, and heart-pounding action. The destructible environments mean no two rounds are the same, and the right operator choice can make all the difference. Whether you're breaching a wall, setting traps, or listening for footsteps on the other side of a door, every second counts. It's a game that rewards patience, smart play, and just a little bit of luck. And let's be honest, sometimes the best moments are when everything goes wrong and your plan falls apart in the most spectacular way possible. It's intense, it's challenging, and when you and your team finally pull off that perfect strategy, it's incredibly satisfying. Siege is the kind of game that makes every victory feel earned, and that's why it's number one. And there you have it, the 15 greatest multiplayer video games that you can dive into right now. From epic battles to hilarious party moments, these games remind us why we love multiplayer so much. What's your favorite multiplayer game? Did we miss one of your go-to titles? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic rankings. Until next time, this is Epic Ranking, signing off.